Sunday night. A video appeared in our roommate group chat. It showed a woman crouching in the hallway of the 3rd Municipal Hospital across from campus, blood bubbling from her neck. I thought it was just Ascari AI deepfake, until Wang Yi, who sent it, edited a message. Do not leave campus. Last Sunday 9:15 p.m. The bus was packed, filled with university students scrambling back to dorms after the metro. I sat in the back, headphones on, lulled into drowsiness by the bus sway and noise. As it pulled into my stop and istewed to leave, a short, piercing scream ripped through the front. I froze. Up front, a guy with a buzz cut was grappling with the girl beside him, her ponytail whipping as she fought. What's happening? Murder? Chaos erupted. Screams and shouts filled the bus, drowning out the bitten girl's cries. Strangely, the buzz-cut guy fought like Adamon. It took 4 burly men to pin him, even on the floor. He thrashed, snapping at his captors, head tilted, mumbling something unintelligible to the girl. A shiver ran down my spine. The hospital was close, but by the time police and ambulances took them away, it was nearly PM. I hurried back. Need a car, I muttered, reaching the dorm. You stayed on weekends. I recounted the bus horror to Grace. While brushing my teeth, she gasped, her face mask slipping off. Is he insane? She whispered, voice shaky. I nodded grimly, soaking my feet and scrolling my phone. Photos and videos of the incident were flooding every group chat. Over half my groups were buzzing about it. Then Wang Yi messaged the roommate group. Grace, Alex, was that bitten girl taken to 3rd Municipaler? Near campus? He tagged us repeatedly. Frantic, I quickly replied. Yes, 3rd Municipal. What's wrong? Wang Yi didn't answer. Instead, he sent a video. My friend on 4 there filmed this. Look. The video started black, then shook violently, filmed from behind a door. A crack of light revealed a girl crouch Ed in a distant hallway. I squinted, trying to see clearer. The next frame nearly made me drop my phone. Her head bent at a 90-degree angle from her shoulders. Yet she seemed unaware. I swallowed hard. She was covered in dark gore, but I recognized the pale floral dress. The bus girl. The video ended abruptly. Was I imagining it? Did she look towards the camera just before it cut? Grace was silent for a long moment. When she spoke, her voice trembled. 3rd Municipal. What? What's happening? She looks like those flesh-eating zombies from movies. Panic flooded my mind. Get out. Now. But before I could speak, Wang Yi messaged again. Do not share this. 3rd Municipal's in chaos. No contact inside. Unknown situation. And it's not just there. The innovation hub and food market near campus are let off. Multiple outbreaks tonight. Several trending online. Campus is too close. Zombies could slip in. Stay safe. Do not leave campus. I put my phone down. Grace and I licked eyes. My first instinct was to flee campus. Get away from the hospital and hotspots. But Wang Yi was clear. Outside might be worse. Crowded streets. Holiday travel. Without transport, leaving was suicide. Grace peeled off her mask, grabbing a jacket. She changed after that guy bit her on the bus. Was he patient 0? I shook my head. Who knows? Maybe he was bitten first. Grace paused. Then, could infected people already be on campus? Her words hit me like ice water. I jerked my head up. Yes. The bus girl hadn't changed. Instant lie like movie. Zombies. Hours passed. It was Sunday. Countless students went off campus. If someone got hurt out there, seemed fine, then came back hours later. What then? A cold dread settled in my bones. Nowhere? Safe. The dorm is our best bet. Before panic spreads, we need supplies. Grace nodded. Agreed. We only have half a box of Shakima left, but it's curfew. Stores are closed. Where? I peered out the window. Campus was pitch black. It's not even Dinswing. Panicked. Grace and I scrambled for bags while calling family. My mom didn't answer. Grace hung up, pale. My parents aren't picking up either. Hearing that, I switched to WeChat, detailing the situation to mom. Stay safe. Stock up. Stay inside. Sent the same via SMS. Bags in hand, we faced the door. Our room was on the 2nd floor, diagonally across from the stairs. We hesitated. The video's bloody terror paralyzed us. I imagined a blood-soaked zombie lurking behind the flimsy, waiting to pounce. But delay meant danger. He took a deep breath and turned the handle. Creak. The sound echoed in the silent hall. The motion sensor light flicked on, startling us. We crept downstairs, afraid to speak or use phone lights, guided only by dim screens. The stairs opened to the locked main door. The vending machine stood nearby past the dark, closed door of the dorm auntie's office. Those who like it will have their whole family in good health and smooth career. More full stories are Available in Lala full story. Like and follow so you won't get lost. Thank you for your support. We tiptoed to the machine. Stock was low. Restocking happened mornings. The clatter of falling snacks was deafening. We flinched with each sound, ears straining for danger. We emptied the machine into our bags and scurried back up. At the first floor landing, I froze. Light spilled from the dorm. Auntie's office window. It turned slowly. The window blazed. A figure stood with its back to us. It was the dorm auntie. Half her face hung loose, raw and glistening. She wiped blood oozing from the wound. Blood-soaked gauzy and towels littered the desk. More blood ran down her arm, soaking her clothes. She stood, perfect lie still in the light facing us. I shuddered, goosebumps erupting. I grabbed Grace and ran. The distance to our room was short, but we were drenched in sweat, partly exertion, mostly terror. Slamming the door, I leaned against it, wiping cold sweat from my neck. Finally remembering to drop the bags, Grace started sorting the major hall. Halfway through, she looked up. This door shoost wood. The locks flimsy. Should we barricade it? I agreed. We searched the room. Only the heavy wood and table holding our water dispenser was usable. We strained silently, terrified of noise, finally shoving it against the door. Grace slumped, panting heavily against the table. Before she could speak, I clamped a hand over her mouth. In the dim light from the window, I shook my head, pointing to the hall. Footsteps. Tap, tap, tap. They grew louder, moving down the hall, stopping at the room opposite. The stairs. Our neighbor. Knock, knock, knock. The dorm auntie's voice, familiar but warped, sticky and guttural, called out unnervingly sweet. Children? Open up. Auntie has snacks. Silence. No one answered. The knocking stopped. We breathed again. Then footsteps resumed. Tap, 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 stopping at our door. Knock, knock, knock. Open up, dears. My daughter visited. Brought homemade braised pork trotters. So fragrant. Open up. Auntie will share. Her voice stayed sugary, but on pork trotters she audibly slurped. Greedy and wet. Open up. Open up. Open. The banging became violent. The old wood groaned. The table scraped inward. My heart hammered. I grabbed a care leg. Suddenly, the pounding stopped. Footsteps moved away. Next target. Room 208 across the hall. Same spiel. Same knocking. Escalating to violence. This time, a sleepy voice answered. Who? Late. Wait. The door was soundproof. I heard the girl fumbling with the lock. No. Ah. Help. Let go. Her scream choked off, replaced by wet gurgling. Her room erupted, screams and human shrieks. Tearing sounds echoing through the building. I sat numb, tasting blood. I'd bitten my lip raw. The horror outside lasted an eternity. When the footsteps finally retreated down the stairs, Grace and I were numb from crouching, sweat-drenched. We slumped to the floor. She spoke. Grace whispered, tears in her voice. Lied. Maybe. Not fully changed yet. I paused, remembering her actions. Or she kept some human thoughts. The idea chilled me. She was intelligent, but she'd used her identity. Snacks, pork trotters, things students trusted to lure us out. Movie. Zombies were mindless. These knew how to hunt. I shuddered, unable to think further. Dawn lightened the sky. Exhausted, I checked my phone for Mom's reply. Another roommate, Yang Tao, messaged, help me. Another followed, help me. Can't call police. Can't reach family. So scared. Just sat on train. Guy in front changed. He ate the girl beside him. So scared. Everyone crazy. Hiding in toilet. Something banging door. What do I do? Help, please. Typos littered the frantic message. Sent to Grace too. We panicked, helpless. Only able to message back. Hold the door. Stay quiet. Full daylight revealed a nightmare outside. Flower beds churned with mud and blood. Half a torso hung from exercise equipment. Shambling. Figures in vests wandered the basketball court. One with his chest hollowed out. They were zombies too. Mom finally called, frantic until confirming my safety. She de-slept. Through it all, Dad was safe too. They barricaded themselves. Relief washed over me. Grace slept exhausted. I covered her. Sorted the vending machine haul. A dozen bread rolls. A few instant noodles. It would end. Last long. Campus was eerily quiet. The carnage below the only proof it was a nightmare. Days crawled by. Food dwindled. Excretion was the worst problem. A stored water bucket helped. Screams echoed daily. Zombies multiplied. Neighbors died horribly one night. Contact with the outside was spotty. Mom reported scattered zombies but was safe. Official news confirmed massive casualties. A safe zone established nearby. Rescue teams dispatched. Hold on. Survive. Hope flickered. Grace and I planned an escape. Even the dead dorm chat stirred. Anyone alive? Blige to Anon, I replied. Here. Blige to Anon, Blige 5 here. Anon? Alive. But not many. Neighboring rooms gone. Blige 5 got food. Anon. Silence. Then, don't panic. Formed a group with classmates. Want to SC avenge empty rooms. Join? Anon okay. Different floors. How? Anon. Close rooms group up. Avoid zombies. Maybe later. Take out lone ones. Anon. Grace looked at me. Thoughts? I shook my head. Good idea unity. But too risky. Zombies are smart. Group equals big. Target. Other dorms one they've much. Less for everyone. Instead, it looked out at the half-built construction site walled off nearby. We go out. Risk is everywhere. We prepared. Knotted bedsheets into ropes. Secured to the bed frame. Packed. Remaining food water. Made weapons. Sharpened mop handle. Fruit knife. Taped cardboard armor chest. Arms legs. Wore black hoodies. Masks hats for console may end and protection. At 8:30 p.m. under moonlight, we climbed out the window. Rope burned and terrified, we rappelled down, landing near a first floor window, staring into the hollow eyes of a half-eaten corpse hanging from the bars. Don't look, Grace choked, skirting the basketball court. Remembering zombies, we reached the construction site perimeter. The dirt path outside the wall was safer than navigating the dark, debris-filled site. We followed it to the library shrier. Library front? Grace suggested, eyeing the narrow, tree-lined path. Wider, safer, I agreed, abandoning the risky shortcut past the locked supermarket and zombie-prone grove. We crept along the library wall. Ahead, moonlight glinted off shattered thermos fragments. Stop, Grace hissed. We ducked into shadow. A limping zombie emerged, stepping crunch on the glass. The sound ignited the darkness. 5-6 zombies surged from shadows. They searched frantically, passing inches from our hiding spot. Their rotten stench overwhelming. Finding nothing, they split up. We narrowly avoided death 3 times over. Library front was swarming. 20+ student zombies. Backpack still on. If I'd studied here, Grace murmured. My books are still inside, yachted bitterly. Getting through meant threading the horde. Look, Grace pointed. No zombies on the stairs, or at the doors. Through the library? Second floor cross to the side exit? Yes. Closed early at 9 p.m. Outbreak was near p.m. Most gone. These look like they were attacked. Outside. Inside should be clearer. It was our only chance. We skirted the horde sedge, reaching the steps. The main doors were shattered. Inside, sticky blood coated the floor. I kicked something, a severed arm, hand missing fingers. Nausea rose. The lobby was a charnel house. Overturned couches draped with viscera. Mangled bodies near the elevator. We picked through the gore towards the stairs. The stairwell was darker, quieter. We inched up, backs to the wall. On the second floor landing, I relaxed slightly. A wet, guttural rasp came from the shadows. A shape lunged, slamming Grace down. A zombie pinned her, jaws snapping at her neck. It made a sickening chuckling sound. Grace, I screamed, yanking the mop spear, swinging blindly in the dark. Thud, 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 bone crunched. The thing went limp. Stop. Dead, Grace gasped, shoving it off. She ripped off the cardboard neck. Guard deep teeth marks dented it. Saved me. We breathed, reeling. Then, a rising chorus of snarl ls echoed from below. Our noise had walk in the horde. We sprinted to the study hall. As heavy metal door locked. Despair crushed us. Click. The lock turned. The door cracked open. And I peered out. Get in. A Molly voice hissed. We squeezed through as rotting hands reached for us. Finn slammed the door shut as bodies crashed against it. Bang, bang, bang. Bit. Finn demanded, gripping a baseball bat. No, thank you, I gasped. Finn waved it off, sweating. Finn, you? Alex, this is Grace. We helped him barricade the door with heavy study tables. He explained he was a student, hiding here since the outbreak, surviving on scraps. He asked our plan. Cafeteria. Join us? We reached the door to the side stairs. Finn warned. Stairs might not be safe. Heard noises. Grace pointed back at the buckling door. Staying was death. A horrific crunch echoed. The barricaded door imploded. A tsunami of zombies poured in, climbing over each other. Run! Finn roared. We fled down the stairs. Behind us, the rotting tide surged. We burst through the ground floor exit. Finn slammed it. Click. Locked. The door shuddered under. The Ons laughed. Don't stop. It won't hold. Cafeteria now. The small cafeteria loomed nearby. Zombies milled at its main entrance. Behind us, the library exit groaned. More zombies closed in. Back door. Staff entrance. I yelled. We sprinted, bursting through the unlocked back door into the kitchen hallway. Plop. A wet cabbage leaf hit my head. It looked up. A boy. Jay crouched on the third floor stairs, frantically gesturing towards the kitchen pass. Through window, it looked the main dining area was packed with zombies. Damn. Finn muttered. Another leaf. Jay pointed. Upstairs urgently. Locked door. Crept up. Third floor plex IG lass. Door. Jay ushered in. Order lie. Rice porridge smell. 20. 5 survivors. Young man Leo approached. Water. Leo. Student. Bottles. Safe point. Food low. Scene updates. Rescue teams. Hope sparked. Signal bad. What? Confirmed. Teams searching. Hold on. Leo's eyes shone. Jay's mom Vivian pregnant. Smiled. We'll make it. Day 7. Warm porridge. Tears pricked. Jay Sid led. Monsters. I'm Jay. Finn dramatic tale. Jay wide-eyed. Wow. Brave. Protect mom sis. Sis? Asked. In here. Jay pat-ted Vivian. S belly. Heart clenched. Turned Grace. Stared blankly. Okay. Blinked wiped eyes. Parents. Supposed to travel. Outbreak. Train station. Can't reach. Yang Tao train. Terrified. Voice broke. Squeezed shoulder. Leo radio days. Finally evening. Rescue team 7. Survivors respond. Got them. Leo yelled. Nanjiang small cafeteria. 25 plus. Request extraction. Relief electric. Confirmed. Rescue tonight. Third floor only. Cheers. Sobs. Grace tearful smile. We'll find them. Alive or gone. Jay brought Vivian. Safe dinner. Mom cooks. Meet sis. Vivian smiled. Of course. Knelt. We'd love Jay. Promise. Night day 3. Huddled stairs. Waiting. Tension. Stairwell. Where Ray? Quiet custodian watch. Blood-curdling scream kitchen. Ray stumbled out face shredded. Eyes wild terror. Zombie hordes surged behind. Unprepared survivors ripped apart. Chaos. Finn yanked Grace. Me back. Leo vanished under bodies. Hell. Saw them Jay. Sobbing hysterically roof stairs. Vivian collapsed clutching belly. Blood pool. Charged. Finn reached first. Get up. Vivian desperate. No. Take Jay. Go. Please. Zombies smelled blood. Finn looked blood. Zombies. Shoved Jay my arms. Run. Roared. Charged zombie bat. Finn. Grace screamed. Grabbed Jay. Grace dragged roof stairs. Scrambled. Dusty steps rusted metal door. Stuck. Clawed fingers bleeding. Screech. Crack. Squeezed roof turn slam shut. Ray slammed through. Grabbed fallen Jay scrambled roof edge. Knife glinted boy's throat. Ray's shoulder mangled eyes insane. Back off. Slit throat. Shrieked. Ray. Stop. Yelled. You. Raved. Made me guard stairs. Didn't wanna. Bitten. Dying. You all die. Shuddered guttural. Changing. Hurts. Grace met my eyes. Terrifying resolve. Save Jay whispered. Live. Grace no. Lunged. Final smile sad. Free loving. Charged not Ray. Railing beside him. Ray. Coward. Screamed. Ray whirled. Knife flashed thunk Grace's side. Cried out didn't stop. Slammed him arm's waist. Hurled both over railing. Grace. Scream ripped night. Vanished. Sickening doo-dees below. Jay frozen then shattered screen. Time stopped. Beep, beep, beep. Horns below. Loudspeaker. Roof. Rescue. Hold on. Rescue team 7. Fought through back entrance. Cleared carnage. Only 2 walked out. Me. Jay covered mother's blood mute shock. Safe zone later. Found mom. Only mom. Dad died. Shielding neighbors. Clung weeping. Vivian gone. Jay's father missing. Seeing small. Broken boy mom I knew. Adopt him. Years later sun-warmed living room. News rebuilding. Jay bounded. Waving drawing. Me mom. Him pigtailed girl. My family. Teacher says draw good. Gonna teacher. Like mom. Mom smiled. You will Jay. Later balcony diary sun page. Wrote. Dreamt again. Grace. Mask crooked first night. Terrified. Finn. Saving library door. Jay well. Teacher. Vivian proud. Watching. Dream broken. Grace smiles. Live. Souls return. Incense. Pray. Paused vibrant healed city. Screams. Loyalty loss. Condensed simple heavy wish. Final line. Hope next life peaceful. Happy.